Well, I've got a biggie here.
Help yourself to orange juice, everybody. Oh, mine's spilt.
Okay.
He's totally phased out because it's the girlies in the kitchen today, rather than the man here.
It's gone very quiet.
Kim, you're going to put some orange juice in there.
Oh dear. It's gone very quiet.
Right, get a banana, have
Okay.
a knife.
I think I'll...
Each have a knife.
Yeah.
We want 2 eyes. You're right there.
No, fine.
Would you like a banana or something?
No, thank you.
Okay, and a nose. We want, eyebrows.
Oh, eyebrows.
God, I'm making a real mess. Okay, we add the banana. Let's see. Oh, whoops, I've splashed it all over the place. Are you two all right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it wrong.
I'm just copying this one here.
Yours has got some kind of...
Mine's got a revolting blob. But this is
It's a beauty
it's a
spot.
healthy breakfast, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, it is, because it's sort of fruit and orange juice and vitamin C and glacé cherries and all that sort of thing.
Why have you gone so quiet?
I'm fine. I'm doing very well at the end here. So we have, for the recipe of the face fruit man from Berkshire in the Maidenhead from San Ping Wong, it is necessary for the face of orange juice made, with the banana for eye person and sauce humor for the eyebrow. Also, for Kim has a very interesting face with the eyes very wide apart here. I don't know if I can see because the head slides down, but that's very, very distinctive nose also, you see. Yes, not there, no. Good. So, do you cook
He's
very
had a
with your...
nose job. Look, he's had a nose job.
Yes, it bobbed.
That's because you're touring with Michael Jackson. You've done a nose job.
Well, we got there in the end. We got there in the end.
Mine hasn't got an eyeball. It's not balancing at all.
And now we need a little mouthy thing as well for Kylie.
Okay.
Are you a
falling
cooking
off.
person at home?
No, I can't cook at all. I'm
No.
hopeless.
No, I
Yes.
can't
This
either,
is about
actually.
the best I can do.
Do you
Yeah.
cook?
I do a bit, yeah. Yeah, not very much, though.
I'm very good at beans on toast.
This isn't really my forte, this sort of creative sort of element.
But you're artistic, Kim.
Well, anyway,
This is far too creative for me.
in the time-honored phrase, I cannot thank you all enough for your recipe moans and trays. If you have a recipe to send, the address to write to is the one that we always use usually. Is that right?
It is indeed.
I think so. We'll have some music now, and then we will have the questions on the cards with Kylie Minogue type person. And this is the Locomotion dress. Thank you. Really? Is it your brother?
Yeah, when the
Spool
crew
it back
get
about
together.
5 seconds, guys. We'll show them how good we are. Spool it back. Spool it back to the group shot there, and right, whack it up. Which one's your bro?
There.
Freeze it.
In the middle with the red T-shirt on.
In the middle with the red T-shirt
Yeah.
and the black jacket.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
what's
a
his
cool
name?
dude, Brendan.
Brendan. How many Minogues are there then?
There's 3 Kiddywink Minogues.
Yeah.
There's myself, then my brother, he's 18, and my sister's 16.
I'll tell you what. There's a question on the cards that I'll ask you straight away anyway, and that is where do Minogues originally come from? They're Australian, obviously, but do you know where they were before?
No, and I'd love to find out. I've been told that this is the most likely story, that Minogue is actually French, then went to Ireland and came to Australia during the potato famine, so... But I'd love to trace it back.
I think Minogue sounds Irish, I must say. We had a sweep in the office yesterday about it. I drew Albania. But it's very interesting. I've got some questions on the cards for you, and then we'll do some stuff as well. Pick a card, any card. Now, you read your question.
What's your next ambition? Lots. I've got lots of ambitions.
Oh, good.
It's quite annoying because I want to do so many things. I want to have a shop and do some more acting.
What sort of shop?
Well, any shop really. I'd either like a fashion shop or some sort of a card gift shop.
Why is that? Is it just the idea of working behind a counter you like?
No.
Well, I'm surprised you're not sure what sort of things you like to sell. I could see you obviously running a boutique. That would be appropriate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I like
Anything?
stationery.
Sweet shop? Stationery?
No, not a sweet shop.
Are you one of those people who can't resist going into a pen shop then and buying a little notebook? One of those silly ones?
Yeah.
I know, me too. These things are good. Look what I got in the stationery shop the other day there. These things you can clip them, you can clip pens onto your clipboard.
I've actually been looking for those
with
and
them.
I haven't been able to find one.
They are really good. I'll give you that one, although it's a bit wonky. I had it for too long. Right, another question on the card for you. Here you go. Nattering away.
Do Aussies really have Christmas dinner on the beach? No, I've never had Christmas dinner on the beach.
I'm glad to hear that. It's a myth we have, you see, over here. Certain things Australian, and Australians who come over here are always telling us that they have Christmas dinner on the beach.
Not quite. Maybe some do, but I never have.
I suspect there are some Australians who do everything on the beach, but anyway. Right. Honest answers, I like it.
Do you play any sports? No.
None.
Really unfit. But I like to have a game of tennis now and then.
Oh, wow.
And I really like horse riding, but I never get to go. I actually went at Richmond Park.
Did you?
Where the wild deer are. It was great.
Oh, yes.
Mind you, I put my back out the next day, but it was good fun horse riding.
You strained your back horse riding?
Yeah.
It is hard work, people don't realise. Who's your tennis hero?
Well, I don't have a tennis hero.
No. I thought it would be Pat.
I just try and hit it over the net. OK. Why is Neighbours so popular? Why?
Well, I'm sorry, I had to ask. I don't mean... Why on earth is Neighbours so popular? I mean, it is very popular. There must be something right at the middle of it that makes it tick so well.
Well, everybody's trying to figure out what it is that Neighbours has. And I think if they, like, knew what it was...
They'd bottle it.
Anyone could copy the formula. And, I don't know, I guess there is a formula, but it's the right cast together, right timing. I think the show's normality is very appealing because people can relate to the characters very easily. It's sort of not Dynasty or Dallas where you can't understand how rich they could be. But it's going really well. It has more than 15 million viewers twice a day in England. And, of course, you're 18 months behind here, so there's a lot of storylines to catch up on. OK, all right. Well, listen, it's been great having you on the Wide Awake Club. It really has. Thanks very much indeed for helping out with the recipe and meeting Kim and Michaela. I don't need to wish you good luck with Locomotion. It's a great song, and that's obviously going all the way as well. Yeah.
All right, and apparently you're going all around the world, all over the place at the moment, and exhausting yourself, but thanks for coming along anyway.
It's been good.
Cheers, Kylie. Thank you. All right, we're back in just a couple of ticks. We'll tell you about the weekend. That follows the news, which follows this commercial break.
Here's the very latest Hits 8 with the #1 hit from S Express and the #1 from Aswad. 33 of today's hottest hits with Aztec Camera. Michael Jackson with the Jackson 5, Eurythmics and Whitney Houston.
It's got to be.
Hits 8 with more #1s from Fairground Attraction and Brass.
Oh, you know
Hits 8, it's great.
Now for a new delight. A low-fat cheese that tastes as good as your favourite cheddar. Delight, the taste of the country without the fat of the land.
I like dinosaurs, they're strong and tough. Now players go make 'em big, so we play really rough. Definitely dinosaurs, real scale models of Brooke and Caveman too. There's so much to do.
Play School's Definitely Dinosaurs come with Caveman and Book.
Good, scared you, didn't I?
Marshall and his son Charlie are about to discover more than they ever wanted to know about each other. Because Marshall Seymour just became his 11-year-old son, and vice versa.
Try and remember, I'm still your father.
Oh, boy.
I need a remote at Hemingway Junior High, ASAP.
Judge Reinhold, Fred Savage, vice versa.
Maybe this happened all over America.
Everybody's going round to Heidi Bunny's for tea. Hello, Caged Canary. Want a lift? Why doesn't he fly? Because he doesn't know the way. Oh. Brum, brum. We're here now, and Chubby Cubby's very hungry, and Smooshy's into the honey pot. Yum, yum, I like honey. Can Heidi Bunny have the cheese? Silly. Bunnies don't like cheese. This one does. Look.
Smooshies are in a world of their own.
Save 6 tokens from special packs of Weetabix, and you get these great Crayola crayons and a colouring in poster absolutely free. So why not start collecting today? Oh, and make a splash in the art world.
Journey to a vast new world of Lego. The Great Lego Show at the Winter Gardens, Blackpool.
Home from the Crusades, Richard was again to taste the fruit so long denied him. Petit filou, truly a dessert fit for a king.
It's a groove tube. Take it out for a spin, pass it on to a friend. It's a groove tube from MB.
Experience the classic sound of our time. Rondo Veneziano, Venice in Peril. Music you'll want to listen to again and again.
Good morning. The news from TVAM. The former Conservative Prime Minister Edward Heath has made his bitterest attack so far on Mrs Thatcher. He's called her refusal to reappoint Lord Cockfield as a Common Market Commissioner a disgrace and a public scandal. And he's described the man picked for the job, the former Trade Secretary Leon Britton, as discredited.
Mrs Thatcher has sacked him out of sheer spite. It is a disgrace and it is a public scandal. He has been a magnificent public servant. And he is the man, he said quite fairly, who has been the driving force behind 1992 in the European community and the European market. Now, she has lost her temper with him because of one small part dealing with VAT. But he himself had covered this, that this was a matter for negotiation. And there is absolutely no justification for sacking Lord Cockfield. He should have been given another 4 years.
More than 120 people have now contacted a hotline at the West Country Hospital which gave cancer patients radiation overdoses. They received radiotherapy treatment at levels a quarter higher than they should have been. The hospital in Exeter says 153 people were affected. Adam Chadwick reports.
All the patients involved were treated at the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital. They received radiotherapy for cancer from a machine containing radioactive cobalt. But when nurses noticed patients were suffering unusual skin reactions, it was found the machine was not set properly. Staff manning a hotline for those treated insist that most will be unaffected, with only a few suffering side effects. But in other circumstances, such an overdose could have proved fatal.
I think that it's most unlikely, but in a limited number of cases in certain sites, that has to be a possibility.
Potentially, radiotherapy treatment machines can be very dangerous. That's why calibration and setting up procedures have to be done very carefully.
Such checks are routine, and experts say patients treated with similar machines around the country need not worry.
The hotline number in Exeter is 0392 413 259. That's 0392 413 259. Iran and Iraq have moved a step closer towards ending the Gulf War. Their foreign ministers are to meet the United Nations Secretary-General, Mr. Perez de Cuellar, in New York. UN officials are also to work out details of a truce to end the 8-year conflict. The moves come as Iraq put hundreds of captured Iranian tanks on show. Tony Bertley reports from the war zone. The spoils of war. Iraqis displayed tanks and equipment captured in the last major battle against Iran. In taking control of the Atibi region southeast of Baghdad, Iraq has regained territory lost to the Iranians 5 years ago. The victory here, seen of some of the bloodiest fighting during the hostilities, has signified the turning point of the war. The Iraqis claim the Iranians, now without the will to fight, fled their positions in droves during the 4-hour battle. More than 7,000 were captured. They left behind British-made Chieftain tanks, some without having been fired. The Iraqis, now here in massive strength and well-armed, have pushed back their enemy 20 miles, capturing their former brigade headquarters at Zuabad. The UN delegation is expected to visit these positions in the next few days as they try to draw up an urgent peace formula acceptable to both sides. Just a few days ago, this whole area was held by the Iranians. Now it's the Iraqis who are the dominant force, the first time in 5 years. Their victory here has convinced them they have the upper hand in this long and bloody war, the main reason why they won't sanction any peace treaty unless the Iranians agree to all the conditions. Tony Bertley, TVAM at the Iraqi war front. A woman who kidnapped a 5-month-old baby by posing as a store detective starts a 3-year jail sentence today. Mrs. Delia McCall snatched baby Natalie Horrell from a Cardiff store where her mother was shopping. She said she took the child because she thought it might win back her estranged husband. Flora Keyes, the 4-year-old daughter of the Energy Secretary Cecil Parkinson, is in the recovery room of a London hospital after surgery for a brain tumour.
Flora's mother, Sarah, allowed the operation after her daughter's epilepsy got worse. There's a 30% chance of the surgery succeeding. In America, the Democrats' presidential candidate, Michael Dukakis, and his running mate, Lloyd Bentsen, have left their party's convention in Atlanta and started on the campaign trail. They launched their bid for the White House by visiting Bentsen's home state of Texas. Hundreds of cheering supporters greeted them at the airport. Both men delighted the largely Hispanic audience by speaking partly in Spanish. Sport now, and England will be looking for quick wickets when the fourth Cornhill Test continues at Headingley this morning. In reply to England's first innings total of 201, the West Indies will resume at 156 for 5. Neil Foster did much of the early damage. He trapped Hooper leg before, then claimed the vital wicket of Viv Richards, brilliantly caught by Tim Curtis. When Derek Pringle removed Haynes for 54, England were back in the match, and he struck again before the rain came, dismissing Logie for 44. And the weather, cloudy with rain at times at first, with some brighter spells later on. Today's high temperature, 22 centigrade, 72 Fahrenheit. That's the news from TVAM this morning.
Thank you. Well, that's just about time we've got all four from the Wide Awake Club for another excellent Saturday, I would have thought, wouldn't you?
Yes, George will be here tomorrow with all our normal stuff. George's board, the second part of Decked Harry, all the normal stuff.
That's right. And then, of course, during the week, between Monday and Friday, starting at 8:50...
What is it, Mallet?
It's not fair, Tommy. I'm supposed to be doing that.
Is somebody getting you? Well, take it easy.
Whack-a-day,
OK, next Saturday, set your alarm clock for 7:30, the Wide Awake Club.